0-second wins, so efficient. I know. I know. It's 3.5 hours. That's not too long. Seen the ladder update. Holy shit. It's pretty sweet, man. It's pretty sweet. What was this matchup? Zerg. I can't tell sometimes when I'm like when I look at my keyboard. Well, like basically when I alt tab and alt tab in, sometimes my webcam will be off. I feel like we've heard this song tonight, no? Ooh. Someone said, oh. Maybe I should have done a pylon here. Someone said you could wall this with a pylon and a gateway. Pylon and 2 gates. And I did it with, I guess I did it with 2 gates, a pylon, and then this pylon. But I guess maybe if I put my pylon here, okay, I could have put my pylon up a little bit more. And then I would have been able to do it. Okay. Right? I believe so. Because then I could have had like one over here. I believe. Next time we'll try it. I'm going to go for the adept build as well this game, guys. So basically the gist of this adept build, I'll walk it through you. It's a very easy build to do once you figure out, you know, the timings. And then just execute it. It's really, really nice. And it sets up for a very fast third while doing aggression. The biggest thing I want to emphasize while doing this build is that you do not have to get you don't have to get a ton of damage done with these adepts. The biggest part of going for the adept glaive opener as he goes for the fast gold, pretty fast gold, didn't take it right away, is basically you want to make sure you don't lose your adept. So he goes 3-4 pool. No real big deal. We're not too worried about that. Right, 3-4 pool comes out. So basically what happens is you chrono out an adept first to start. And then you get your warp gate. You start with an adept and warp gate. That's how it starts. And then it follows up. I'm also going to get a pylon up here because I don't really want him to scout it. It's not the worst thing if he scouts it, but I don't really want him to scout it. So you do want to get your second pylon, but it goes adept, core, adept, and warp gate. And then you skip your mothership core for a fair amount of time. Like, just forget about your mothership core for a while. Pretty much tell you're just mining out of your natural by like 10 probes in your natural. 8 to 10 probes in your natural is when you should get your mothership core. So you chrono out the first adept. Okay? First adept's being chronoed out. And start warp gate as well, and then the second you can get your warp. My gas is a little bit late here, but the second you can, you get your Twilight Council. So basically, you chrono out the first adept, you get your Twilight. First adept goes to his base, goes to scout, stuff like that. Yeah, all that all that nonsense. And the second, so I don't need to be chronoing that anymore. Getting my first adept, taking control of it, shifting it out. I'm getting my second adept. You don't have to start your second adept. I don't really know the exact timings on starting my second adept, but it can't be too off. Getting my second pylon. Not a horrible wall here. I'm actually walling with 2 buildings. But the second Twilight finishes, you end up getting you chrono Resonating Glaives and your Cybernetic Score. That's the next part of this build. That is the next, and at 34 supply, you're supposed to hit down both your gateways. So that's exactly how it goes. Now this is huge. At 34 supply, both gateways go down. So I'm just shading in for a little bit of information, and he sees it. And most Zergs you play will see it. It doesn't really matter if they see it. You know, you say, "Cool, dude. I know you see it." It doesn't matter to me. Notice I have not made a mothership core yet. I am getting my third adept, and basically the way this goes is it's just 3 adepts that you make through your gateway, and then 1 warping of units. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy. You know, it's not like 2 warp-ins. Now this is more of a macro-oriented style, but it's a pressure, it's an aggression. But let's say you're tired of going Stargate every game. This is a very good alternative, a very, very good alternative to going Stargate every game. So consider it for sure. So now I got my 3 adepts done. Notice my gateways are finishing a little bit off timed. I messed it up just a tad this game. Usually it finishes at the exact same time. And then I'm going to warp in 1 group of adepts. 1 full group of adepts anyway. And then I'm going to shade them out together. Oh, we notice... We notice we have a bit of a situation here. So, yeah. You just kind of get aggressive with these adepts, but you don't want to overcommit with these adepts now. Don't get too crazy with them. And then you make 3 sentries after the adepts. So I'm making 3 sentries now. And I'm saying, yep, I know what I've got. And I'm making 3 sentries. Now, this is more or less as well just to kind of say, hey, make some drones, make some things. I've got a bunch of stuff here. The question is, should I be even going for this? So it looks like I am actually going to lose these links, or these adepts. A lot of times it's best just to A-move, just because you do so much goddamn damage. These adepts. Look at this, I still have 4 left, and I killed, I'm sure, a ton of links. I mean, I'm killing tons of links. And that was half the battle, right? I've kept all the adepts alive, I've got all these adepts, and now I've killed a bunch of lings, I've forced a bunch of lings. I should be crowning my probes again. The Zergling drops wouldn't do that well. You just play a little bit more defensive, you'd warp in at home, and they'd commit to Zergling drops, and then you're actually all set. You're actually all set. So now we got a really good economy. I'm going to be transferring most of my workers across because this is a gold base. We want to get a good economy from it, of course. Gonna go into Robo, gonna go into Forge. Usually this just follows up with like it's a different type of style than today's meta that maybe you're used to. It's a Blink Stalker opener. Yes, it's a Blink Stalker. It's like a heavy Blink Stalker Sentry type style. I don't want the second Forge either. But it's like a Blink Stalker Sentry Immortal type style. So yeah, consider this. Consider this build. Now I can start scouting, I can start seeing what he's going. Do I need to go disruptors? Do I need to go for other things? I don't really know. Right? That's why we're gonna keep our scouting up.